Drew and I did not hook up, our next speaker, so I had to be creative and go Google Drew's story. And he either is a very, very bad man wanted by many, many bad people, or he belongs to the Indiana DOT and he's the operations analyst for the Bridge Preservation Program. And I hope this is correct. He's got like 12 years experience with that. And with that, I would like to thank, or have you greet Drew.
Yeah, thanks. So the Bridge Deck Preservation Product Matrix went out a few years ago in the Western Partnership, and the idea was we were going to collect, the Western Partnership would be collecting certain preservation treatments that were going on, what specifications were out there, and Mike Johnson had started that working group, is that correct? And then he put an Excel spreadsheet together with all kinds of information. And I heard Mike talk one time. He said that he was spending about 12 hours a week trying to collect that information. And he said he was really going nuts and he was trying to put all this stuff together. And when I was hearing that, we had talked in our Midwest about how we were trying to put together some product evaluation. We were trying to do some sort of exchange, and we had discussed in our group here in the Midwest that we wanted this thing to be electronic, something that people could share into. And when we started to make these connections, we quickly figured out that we needed to maybe refocus our efforts in the Midwest and try to join up with the Western Partnership. That's when the four partnerships decided, hey, this does look like it should be a national working group. And so I'd like to give you just kind of an update on that, and I think Ed's gonna have to help me because he has some more information that I don't have. So we put together, there's the four partnerships had kind of joined together and put together this proposal for a nationwide pilot to develop a product and technology database and web-based software. And you can see there that this was submitted by this National Bridge Deck Preservation Working Group. And here were the things that we started to talk about. Here were the things that we wanted out of the database. And the thing that sticks out in everybody's crawl really is this product rating. And there was lots of discussion amongst the partnerships and also with the National Center for Pavement Preservation, TSP2, AASHTO. We also discussed some of this at Subcommittee on Maintenance this past year. And that's a little scary if Mark gave a good presentation here just a few minutes ago. He has some recommendations, but I want to call him and make that connection instead of trying to publish this on some sort of web page that Mark gives everything 5s or maybe gives everything 0s. So that's where I'm going to kind of turn to Ed a little bit, because like I said, this initiative has changed and we're trying to get away from more of a product evaluation, which typically happens at the NetPep level. And Ed, give us some more info.
So at TSP2, we really don't have any business as far as evaluating things. We can certainly do things like get contact information. We can have the state's user status. That'll maybe tell you whether the state is using it, not using it, or presently investigating the product. But it's up to NetPep and other people in AASHTO to do any sort of evaluation. Michigan State University and AASHTO is very concerned about the liability reasons, and I'm sure each of you would be if you had to rate something. And I'm sure industry would feel the same way, that, what was the reason why that was poorly rated? Was it because it was a poor prep or poor product or poor application? There could be a dozen reasons. And last thing we want to do is find ourselves in court. But what we do want to do is find out what products are out there and who's using them. That's going to be real beneficial to us in future designs and for future maintenance work. So that's where we're heading. We're hoping to adjust our direction with this database so that we can move it forward. The TSPT Oversight Panel is waiting for us to resubmit the proposal for the database. Bruce Johnson, who's the bridge engineer from the state of Oregon, has been working on this with me, and we're going to try to get that proposed as part of our regular work plan, which means it'd be covered 100% to develop that as compared to their, they also have a new program where they'll participate 50% for any research projects. And so if we don't consider this a research project, but part of a work plan, we might get 100% participation, so.
Yeah, and the important part is that this list of kind of items here that the pilot project had initially included in that submission, you know, really the only thing that goes away is just that product rating. I mean, that's the thing that I think we're all really concerned with, and we really knew going into that there was sort of some high risk associated with that project not making it. But like Ed said, there has been some support. We had some short discussion about it at the subcommittee on maintenance, and there was some interest from the subcommittee on maintenance. But a part of this proposal is that we sort of get buy-in from all 4 regional partnerships, and we're also going to ask for some sort of blessing from the subcommittee on maintenance, subcommittee on bridges and structures as well. So by the end of this meeting, please ask questions. I have some printouts that I'll have out front here. You can see the proposal as it is right now in draft form. It looks like it's currently in draft, but I think it might be our final draft. It's just a short 2 or 3 page document. So by the end of this meeting, we'll be asking for the partnership's blessing on taking that to the next level.